Yeah, so I'm just going to say it. You know, the the only real solution or medicine for something so severe as like some of these nervous system disorders, Tourette's, cervical dystonia, or schizophrenia, or bipolar, etc., is having some spiritual shift or intervention. To where, what does that mean? That means that our attention is resting now in a higher power other than this human power, this human self. See, most people's attention and awareness is only of this body. So if it's dysfunctional, if you got a dysfunctional body, then you're going to have a painful experience, because all you're going to be aware of are these defects and symptoms, etc. But when our attention is resting on something that's greater than the body, you can say the conscious awareness that doesn't have a body, in which this body is housed in, you can get a glimpse of that when you wake up in the morning for like that half second where you feel you're not yet totally in the body. There's just this open space presence, this consciousness. This is who we really are in essence. This survives the body. So if we can become more aware of that now while we're in the body, then our symptoms are going to be less troublesome for us. See, when I say the real solution or real medicine or real cure for this stuff, I don't mean that it's going to go away. What I mean is we won't suffer the symptoms like we do or did when we were very identified with the body. What does it mean, not suffer the symptoms? It means that we won't be emotionally debilitated or affected so bad by it. The self-talk that hates the symptoms and wants them to go away, and when is this going to get better, and this isn't fair, and other people are doing good, why can't we be like them? And that all amplifies the pain. So we won't, if we're not doing that, the pain or the frustration with this particular karmic disorder will be less. You see? So when our attention's resting more on awareness, there won't be the constant mental chatter that's amplifying our situation. Isn't that a good deal? But this is the core. This isn't just a solution or the so-called remedy for health situations. It's the recipe for true happiness in the world for any human being. We can go a while by getting stimulation and getting our goals met and desires fulfilled, by getting money and getting this and playing out in the world and, achieving. That gives us temporary hits of pleasure and euphoria, but at some point that wears off. At some point, everybody, every entity, every human is going to have to do what I'm sharing here. We're going to have to realize who we are. Because if we don't, then we're just going to continuously be up and down of trying to chase something to get better. There's always going to be a new problem we got to fix. The body's going to always suffer and die at some point. These things aren't built to last forever. So why not know who we are beyond the body? This is what I'm trying to share. So those who resonate with this, you can come find me on my other two channels. Beyond the Alchemy is these are all in the description box. Beyond the Alchemy, I talk about preserving our sexual energy. See, that's important. We need to have energy to realize these subtle things that I'm pointing to. The consciousness, when we don't have any energy, it's like the consciousness is going to stay locked in the body. It can't get out, so to speak. When we have energy, and sex energy is a big deal. That's like our main source of energy, but yet we lose it. A lot of people lose it all the time via masturbation or watching porn or whatever, because they're trying to escape the pain. They want a dopamine hit, so they get a short sense of relief, but then it makes them weaker in the long run, all that. So I go over all that, and we have to have energy so that then the wisdom can kick in, and then these subtle things that I'm sharing right now, it becomes obvious to you. You're like, oh yeah, this is the way to go, And then my other channel is Spiritual Renaissance, where I just talk about this kind of spiritual practice, about realizing who we are beyond the body. So those who are tuned and resonate with what I'm sharing, you can go there, because I'm feeling this channel. Most people that have Tourette's, and I understand, and cervical dystonia or any kind of deep nervous system disorders, it's like we want relief we're looking for relief on an external level. But, people that have these conditions on a severe level, there's no breathing technique or relaxation or therapy. Talk about, are you holding feelings that are causing it? That stuff's okay on a surface level, and if you feel intuitively led to do that, then by all means. That's the whole point, though. Be intuitively led. See, the mind is looking for answers. It wants a quick fix, understandably, because the pain sucks. But that stuff for me, I've been there, done that. It's not a real antidote. The real antidote is to know who we are. And so I'm just feeling it's just difficult. Like most people, ironically, the people that really need to know who they are those who are really suffering with health situations, because they're in a lot of pain. Like the motivation to really dive deep in and realize that our consciousness should be even more strong, as opposed to somebody whose life is like flow in and they don't have any karmic health situations that's motivating them. But at the same time, it's hard. So I understand, when you're in pain all the time, and it's like the mind just wants to get out. That's all it wants to do, just wants to get out. It doesn't, the spiritual stuff, it's like, please, it's like a hungry person who doesn't have any food, and you try to talk to him about meditation. He's like, bro, I'm hungry. I need some food. It's the same with these health situations. It's like I'm just feel so dysfunctional. I need to feel better first before I can even think about spirituality. And the mind is just so busy. It's so distracted by all these symptoms. It can't assimilate any of these pointings or be open to it. It just needs to get relief. I understand that. Like, this is God's show. I don't know. I don't know how to, I don't know. God's working it all out. If we need something on an external level to take the edge off because it's so bad, it's like some people, they have to get deep brain surgery. I understand. I considered it myself when I was in some really bad episodes, because you just got to do whatever you got to do to get out. You can't just say, okay, yeah, I'm going to meditate. It's like, it's impossible. So I don't know. God provides food for everybody to eat on different levels, and different people sharing different things. Like Daz shares about more like techniques and stuff, and you go in your body, and where you're tight, you can release it, and maybe that works for some people. My calling is to share this spiritual knowledge. And so those who resonate with that, which I don't think is that many, but maybe later, maybe, who knows, 2 years from now, somebody will watch the video and be like, oh yeah, I don't know how this stuff's going to work. I only do what I feel called to do, and then the results, it's not my business. So I just wanted to share that. This is probably my last video for a while. But I check the comments, so if you want to leave questions or comments, by all means, and then I'll respond. And also check my other 2 channels out if this resonates, because that's where I'm going to be. All right. Have a good day.